Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here with another extravagant few minutes live here on the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube and, of course, on our Facebook page, which is the Captain Lou Extravaganza, and on X at the Real Captain Lou. Hey, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get all of our great programming, all of our extravagant few minutes episodes live and archived, the Extravaganza live and archived with yours truly and my tag team partner, Mitch Bernstein. We've got another live episode this Wednesday night at 7, and it's going to be a good one. Can't wait to get Mitch's take on his Eagles going for 2, down 9 with 3 minutes left to go in the game. We'll talk about that a little bit later in this episode as well. And also, we've got our ACHA Power Play podcast. Season 10 is in the works right now. We're going strong with that. The Road to St. Louis 2026. You get all those and more by subscribing to our YouTube channel, which is the Captain Lou Sports Network. Speaking of that, all of our extravagant few minutes episodes and everything on the network is brought to you by our official secondary market. That is SeatGeek. Use the promo code Captain Lou and you get $20 off of your purchase. There's a game you want to go to. Hey, there's still time to get to Ann Arbor for the game, Michigan and Ohio State, or tonight at Ford Field, Michigan State and Maryland. Any pro games you want to go to this weekend, or maybe Thursday night's big epic, what's turning out to be such an important game, the Lions and the Cowboys on Prime. Go to SeatGeek, use the promo code Captain Lou, and you get $20 off of your purchase. All right, happy Saturday, everybody. I know it's a tough one for Lions fans here in the state of Michigan, but it's now time to turn your attention to the game, the best rivalry in all of college football, Michigan and Ohio State. They're going to lock horns at noon at Ann Arbor. It's on Fox. It's going to be a big one. Ohio State losing 4 straight to Michigan. Is there a chance, really, that Michigan could win this one this afternoon? Obviously, there's a chance, but do you really think Ohio State's going to lose 5 in a row to Michigan? Oh, my gosh. Wouldn't that be something? As a Michigan fan, obviously, we're hoping for it. I just don't see it. I just think Ohio State's going to come in, and if Ryan Day is any kind of a motivational coach, he's going to have them so fired up for this one. If he learns from his mistakes from last year, from that game plan, as a Michigan fan, I'm worried. I really am. I've got 0 expectations coming into this one. I would love to see Michigan win, but I just don't see it. Michigan a 10-point underdog with good reason. I think the weather's going to hold off. The snowstorm, I don't think, is really going to be a factor in this one. I don't think it's going to start snowing in Ann Arbor till probably after 2 or maybe 3 o'clock. Oh, boy, I just don't see it. I think Ohio State's going to win this one. And besides, let's say Michigan does win, all right? They'll have 2 losses, and they have a decent argument with the win over Ohio State. But with Texas winning last night against Texas Tech and in convincing fashion, with the SEC bias of ESPN and all their influence right now with the College Football Playoff Committee. And if you don't think that they don't have any influence, your head's in the sand. I think Texas is going to leapfrog Michigan, a 2-loss Michigan team, should they win. Should they win. I know it's a big if, but should Michigan win, I think Texas is going to have a legit argument. And with the East Coast or the SEC bias and ESPN's influence, I think that Texas will make it to the playoff over Michigan should that scenario happen. And here's another one that I want to kind of throw at you here. Let's say Texas Tech loses and Oregon wins today. All right. Could there be a possibility of 3 Big Ten teams getting first-round byes? Would the committee dare do that? I don't think they would. Again, the SEC bias and the ESPN influence would not let that happen. You can't tell me this committee would not be influenced on that. But that would be fun to see Oregon, Indiana, and Ohio State, should they all win today, in the top 4 going into the first round of the college football playoff. Should Texas Tech lose? Let's keep that in mind. This is turning into what everybody wants. They want chaos. They want parity, whatever. But this is going to be interesting with this committee coming up in the next 2 weeks. Should everything go to chalk this weekend, and then potentially with the conference championship games coming up next week. So, yeah, crazy. And now you've got Texas Tech They look like they could get a first round bye. Will the ESPN honks and the SEC honks allow that? Would they want to lobby maybe for Ole Miss to leapfrog Texas Tech into the top four to prevent anything like that from happening? We'll have to keep an eye on that. It is going to be so much fun to watch in the next 10 days in the world of college football. Speaking of the world of college football, here we go. The drama, the so-called drama with Lane Kiffin. Is he going to go to LSU? Is he going to stay at Ole Miss? Is he going to go to Florida? What really kind of chafes me a little bit is all of a sudden now we have to feel sorry for Lane Kiffin because maybe Ole Miss is making him make his decision because they want to know what's going on. Lane Kiffin brings all of this on himself. And besides, what has he ever won of consequence anyways? He hasn't won a national title. He got fired at USC. He got fired as a coach in the NFL. He carpetbagged out of Tennessee to get those opportunities. This is him. He brings all this on himself. I don't feel sorry for him. Hey, if he's going to go to LSU, would you be surprised if he went? Not me. He loves all this attention. Don't let him kid you. That's his MO. I don't feel sorry for him. I think what he's doing is a disservice to college football, but that's the way it is right now anyways. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want. And so for those that on social media that are feeling sorry for Lane Kiffin, give me a break. He hasn't won anything of consequence. Yeah, he might go to the playoff this year. Are they going to win it all? No way. No way. So give me a break. Give it a rest with the Lane Kiffin, the pity party for Lane Kiffin. I think he should stay, but we'll see. His history, he'll take the money and run. I guarantee it. All right. Now let's change it. One more college football game tonight. Consequence here in the state of Michigan. Who would have thought with the role that Michigan State's been on in a negative way, they're a 4-point favorite tonight at Ford Field. With the impending snowstorm coming in, who knows what the over-under is going to be for the attendance tonight at Ford Field for this one. I got to say it might be 20 to 25,000 people, maybe 30,000 at Ford Field tonight. It's a tough way to go for Michigan State fans. You know, they get this. East Lansing loses a home game. I know the weather's going to be crappy, so hindsight, it probably is a good idea to play it in Ford Field. Here's my question. Is this going to be the last game as head coach at Michigan State for Jonathan Smith? Michigan State, believe it or not, is a 4-point favorite in this game tonight at Ford Field against Maryland. Michigan State tends to cover against the spread. That's been Jonathan Smith's MO. But can they win one for him, which could be his going out party at Michigan State? I know there's a lot of people here in East Lansing that want him gone. We'll wait and see. That buyout's going to play heavily in the decision in East Lansing. If a decision is made, it'll probably be made in the next 48 hours. But Michigan State, a 4-point favorite coming into tonight's game, 7 o'clock at Ford Field. It's going to be a lot of snow in the area. We'll see how many people actually do show up for this one at Ford Field coming up tonight. But is this the last game as head coach for Jonathan Smith? And finally, who has the biggest shot at getting upset today? This is the poll question, which is on the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page and, of course, on X at The Real Captain Lou. Who's got the biggest shot at losing as an upset loss tonight? Is it going to be Alabama? Is it going to be Oregon? How about Tennessee? How about Ohio State against Michigan? Could Oregon possibly lose at Washington, throw another monkey wrench in the standings in college football in the playoff? Or is Michigan State the biggest chance of losing? They are a 4-point favorite, by the way.